the man who built modern AI quit his job in 2023 so he could tell people he's scared of it. His name is Geoffrey Hinton. 12 years ago, long before ChatGPT, long before any of this was on the mainstream news, I sat on a round table. I was genuinely scared about AI and the loss of jobs. And I looked at the lady from IBM who had invited me, and this gentleman from an unnamed tech publication just spewed enthusiasm and talked and talked and talked. And I just listened. I said one line. I said, I am genuinely scared about AI and jobs and how it's going to affect people's lives. Ever since then, that has spurred me on to learn as much as I can. But right now, I think the most important thing to remember is that actually the fear that you're feeling, the fear that you feel on a daily basis is something that should be driving you to learn more about these things. I mean, look, right, in my lifetime, I grew up, right, with a camera like this. This was probably the smallest camera in the world. You could take maybe 24, maybe 36 pictures. Now, everyone can take thousands and thousands of pictures, right? And it's just infinite everything means nothing. So where we are right now is we're all scared. I'm actually scared about AI, and I work with it every day. I use multiple tools. I'm trying to keep up with what's going on. And frankly, it's moving at such a pace, if you've got your eyes open, that you cannot keep up. And this fear that you're feeling should actually encourage you to research. It should encourage you to research your jobs, where your job could be heading, where your industry is going. If you manage to do that, that is going to be really, really exciting, because the future is not certain, but the bold people who make the moves are the ones that will actually suffer. I think, well, you choose your suffering, right? You choose your suffering. You're either going to suffer because you're disrupted, or you're going to suffer because you have to work to learn new skills. And look, let's face it, you've always had to learn new skills, right? It's always been like that. Fear, as I said, is the loading phase, right? What I love about AI, I love about where we're at right now, is you can just do so much. You can do so much with AI. You can literally tell it to do certain tasks, and that's quite exciting. But it is worrying. I'm worried about it. I think that a lot of people, I mean, I don't like Gary Vaynerchuk that much. If you know who he is, he's got some really good opinions on this. He thinks we're going to go back to like an analog world. But I think when it comes to real world, real life experiences like retreats, doing sports, these kind of things are becoming way more important. And doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in my 50s, and you know what? My elbow hurts, but I have to learn. I have to do new things every day, learn new skills. And that is part of life, right? You either get crushed by life and blame other people, like the government, your family, your environment, or you take responsibility. And taking responsibility for where you are enables you to go, actually, this is where I'm at, but that's where I want to get to. And then you take responsibility, you take ownership of the journey, right? This channel is like, basically, I'm just sharing my failures, sharing my life. And hopefully that will inspire you to realize that just because someone has like a fancy title, they all have problems. We all have problems. We have challenges in life, right? And those challenges are what make us the person that we are. And enjoying the journey, it's not about the destination. It's what it makes you along the way that's important. So thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you.